So I've had this box of CDs of my old band from like 20 years ago, and it's kind of traveled here and there throughout the time we've moved, and I keep it underneath in my wife's bed, and I feel silly about it, that I've been holding on to these things for so long. And so recently, out of nowhere, and it kind of like just slowly started happening, I started getting these random messages from people asking if I'm the guitar player from the Alchemy. And they would ask, do you have any CDs? And I'd be like, sure, here's my Cash App, here's my Venmo, etc. And then I would mail them to them. And it was just like these one-off, like random experiences that, it was just like, this is weird. But only as of recently, it's like really started to get like crazy to where, I now have in my Instagram bio, guitarist of the Alchemy. Mainly to kind of not have to go through the whole like having them ask, are you the guitar player from the Alchemy? Now it's more of, do you have any more CDs? Kind of just gets straight to the point. And so now I've gotten to where I now keep the box of CDs underneath our bed, but I also keep now a box of packages. And so like I got to go to the post office in a little bit to drop off some orders. But one of the things I wanted to do was kind of start prepping some of these so that way I don't have to like keep going to both boxes and all that. Like I can just pull a package and then throw a label on it, which I still got to figure out how to like kind of automate, because I don't want to have to go to the post office every single time and like go through the whole buying postage thing. I want to kind of see if I can do it at home. Anyway, all this to say is I've been thinking a lot lately about how I've been missing making videos for YouTube, but I haven't really had, it's been two things. I haven't really had ideas, even though like I've been wanting to make some. And I've also not had the mental bandwidth, and also have not really known what I should like make a video on. And I was like, well, I wanted to, sit and prep these packages. What if I just talk about what's going on lately? And so anyway, that's one of the things that's been going on lately is this random resurgence, I guess, of the band. And it's been pretty cool to experience and like see random TikToks of people like sharing stuff. I got a message from somebody because I was allowing people to buy more than one, even though I've got this pretty big box. But I got a message from somebody who was like, hey, thank you for making this music back in the day, blah, blah, blah. And they said that they had found a CD online and they, bought one. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, where did you hear about us? Where did you find the CD? And apparently someone who had bought a CD from me, and I'm only selling them for like $15, including the shipping, I bought it from somebody for $80. And it's like tripping me out. And so I felt so bad for this person. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really trying to keep things fair. And I'm going to start limiting people to only buying one. Anyway, random stuff. But it's got me to thinking like about different things. Like one of the things has been like, I feel like I've been pretty good at is just trying not to like force anything and kind of just let life take the wheel in a sense. Like, and this goes for like anything that's been going on lately, but like a few years ago, I was really trying to see if I could get the band back together just for like a show. I just thought it'd be fun, you know, like we're all getting older. You know, life is probably going to change for me in the next few years as far as like possibly moving and stuff like that. And, but just wasn't happening. Now, it's not happening, like I'm not saying anything's happening, but everyone kind of feels a little bit serious about it now, where it's just like, okay, whoa, what's going on? Because we're seeing like the analytics go up, like everything on like streaming services was just like flatlined. We had like 10 listeners to now we're like 80 or 800 and something, like close to 900 a month. And like it's just kind of crazy to like see that number just like go up. But anyway, all this to say, like now after I finally had just like, I was just like, you know what, whatever, now this is going on and it's like, maybe like it will actually happen. Like maybe stop being so down on yourself, Anthony, and just like live life one day at a time and all that. And I was thinking about that with making a video where it's like, you know, don't force making a video, you know, like just see what happens, you know, and one day something will strike. And so that's what is going on right now. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a video. Other things has been just like thinking about like how work's been going, because like I was really forcing stuff, you know, over a year ago with trying to find a job and like being so hard on myself because I felt like I couldn't land. Like I felt like I just needed to basically give in to the man and like just find a corporate job, and then like also feeling down on myself because I'm like, no one's gonna hire me, you know, like I'm a freaking Muppet, you know, with no skills. But I don't know, like I've grown quite a bit within the past year of seeing more in myself and going easier on myself and kind of just being like, you know, like there's stuff in life that you can control and, you know, good on you, like focus on those things. But like all the things in life that you just can't control, just let go of it and just let life happen. And I used to think about this a lot when I was a kid, with like how if I looked backwards to like where my life is at that current moment, I could trace back all these different moments to where like everything kind of like just got me to where I am right now. So like basically like me starting a band when I was a kid led me to eventually like the band breaking up, and then me trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life. And then I picked up a camera, and picking up a camera led to me meeting lots of people in like local photography communities, and eventually led me to meeting my now wife. And like growing up, I always thought I would just like live alone because no one would want to, you know, be with me, marry me, etc. I don't know, like just thinking about those things, and then like thinking about how like I was really down on myself after wanting and but also needing to quit wedding photography, but also feeling extremely lost. And I felt like I was really forcing myself to try and be something that I'm not really seeing all the things that I'm good at, even though it's like not traditional things. I think it's kind of crazy that now I am working at a studio doing like recording podcasts for people, and diving more into video. I think I've spoken about it recently, but that's also kind of why I put my Neurospice Latte podcast kind of on hold, is because basically it was the same type of videos that I was having to like edit at work. And so just kind of thinking about like how I really don't have like, yes, I'm out of wedding photography and I'm working for someone else, but although it's like just two of us, and they hired me on, and technically like I'm still kind of like working for myself. I still get to like have days like this where I'm like, I get to start the day kind of chill and just ease into the day, relax, do a personal project like this, talk to you guys, and it's kind of nice. Like it's kind of similar and familiar, and it's gotten to where I know things are going to change in the next few years as far as like my family and I with moving and stuff, and I won't be here to work at the studio, and I'm already trying to think of the future, but I'm also trying not to think about it so hard to how I was previously. And it's kind of just like this, I don't know, like it's really hard to explain like how now I'm more so just thinking like, it's gonna be all right. I used to always make fun of my wife because she would say things like, like everything's always gonna work out for us, or something along those lines, and I would always hate it. And I feel like I've kind of really embraced that, where it's just like, this really sucks right now in the moment, but I have to go through this in order to get to the other side. And so like another instance is we're really cooped up in this apartment. We've just really outgrown it. It's just so tiny for the three of us. And we were trying to move out a few months ago, and just between finances and then like finally getting finances in order, and then our current apartment lease, like there was just like all this stuff where I was just really upset that we couldn't move into the other apartment, because I just fell in love with this place. Like I was like, oh, this is gonna be wonderful. Like I'm gonna have my own space. My desk isn't gonna be out in the living room. Like we're just gonna have more space to just like have our own like personal time, each one of us in the family. And it didn't work out. And months later, like once that month came to where when we were supposed to have moved out, things happened with my family, like not my wife and son, but my family in general. And so there were some things that I had to like deal with and step in and take care of. And after everything, like it was a frustrating kind of time. But after everything, I sat and I just thought about how, like, man, this is going on right now, but we were supposed to have moved, like, just, like, a few weeks ago, and I can't imagine having to move to a new apartment, unpack, and get settled in, but also deal with this, like, family situation that I just don't want to deal with right now. And then like go to work and all that, and it's just like, man, maybe this happened for a reason. And just kind of thinking about those things, and I don't know, like it's made me a it's made me a happier person. I don't feel as stressed out. Like, there's still times where I'm like, this sucks. But I quickly go into like being like, Anthony, it's fine. Like, maybe there's a reason this is happening. And I don't know, it's been kind of nice. And I was just thinking about that, and I was like, you know, I want to record this, share this with y'all on YouTube, kind of give you some life updates, some fun stuff. But anyway, I guess I'll let you go. That's enough of me yapping at you. I'm almost done with packing these up. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be, you know, putting out there on YouTube. Like I said, I still want to make some videos. I just don't know what. Like, even like productivity related things. I'm building my own app. It's going to be like this all-in-one app. It's just like for how my brain thinks. And so it's going to have like, well, not gonna, like, I'm already like using it. There's just a ton of bugs in it still. But my calendar, to-dos, it's got a Kanban board, DMs, messages, email. The way I've been like focusing on finances has been like, we call them pockets, like me and my wife, but like it's basically like an envelope system. And so I also have that incorporated, so I'm able to start tracking what bills are coming out on what days. I want to journal in it. There's a notes feature, and I'm like basically getting every aspect of my life into one app, and everything's gonna eventually talk to each other. So I can, you know, assign to-dos to a certain person. So if I'm texting with them or emailing them, like there's a sidebar where it shows like all the things related to them, you know, and whatnot. And I want to journal like every type of like event that's on my calendar and stuff, and make it easy for me to just like think more about those things. And anyway, it's it's been a headache, but I'm really excited about it. And so I'm not using any other apps other than like services like, you know, Gmail and Google Calendar and stuff. But I'm really trying to like focus and create this like one system within my Mac and iPhone. And so at some point when that's available, I will share it and try and get some beta testers before I release it. So yeah, all that to say, like, that's why I haven't been able to like not know what type of videos to make, because I would just always default to being like, hey, here's how I'm using this app. But I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm just using my own app, but I'm not ready to share it because like it's still very buggy and all that. I kind of want to share it once it's close to being in like a beta, you know, state. So yeah, one last thing I guess to add in before I let you go. But anyway, that's it for me. I'll stop yapping at you. Well, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Let me know in the comments if you want a CD. I'll drop a link below in the description of where to buy it. I need to build a website for us. People are asking for t-shirts now, and it's just wild. Anyway, but also if you're interested in trying out my app once it's ready, I'm guessing it's probably not going to be until the end of this year before it's like pretty stable. But let me know in the comments if you're interested, because then I can refer to this video and be able to get in contact with you to be able to try it out. I think we've got DMs on YouTube now. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also, maybe at some point I'll like do YouTube live, and maybe that's how I'll eventually kind of share what I'm working on as far as the app goes. I still haven't quite decided on a name just yet, but I've got like the app icon already kind of like figured out, and like a color theme, but it's also going to be like customizable once, you know, the app's not got so many bugs in it. But anyway, this is just chaos. I'm gonna get going. I gotta go to the post office, and then I gotta head into work. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.